Hey everybody, I did a video comparing the Acer Iconia Tab to the Motorola Xoom, and I just kind of mentioned in that video about the cases for them. So let me shed a little more light on this subject here. And so basically the cases, this is an Acer case made by Acer. I don't like this case that much. It does have this little part where you just kind of slide it in on the bottom here. I'll show you how that's done. Just kind of slide it in there. Sorry about that. And it's snug enough that it won't come out. It's, you know, from that perspective it's snug, but it does have a little play and it does slide around in there, so I do find myself pushing it up into place a lot. Also, I would say that the way this thing folds over, so it's got a little Velcro to hold it in place, hold this closed. The Velcro's enough to kind of hold it closed, but it's not that great, and I've only had this probably about eight months or so. The other thing is that the little parts, the little flaps that hold it up for you, goes in the back, and actually under this flap here you would tie this in, and it actually holds on here better than it does on the front, so maybe just be the front Velcro. So when you hold this up, it's reasonable. It you know, hold in place, it'll do what you need to do. The angle on it is probably a little bit more down than I'd like, but that might just be my preference. So that's, and again, as I said, this kind of this slides down a little bit, so I tend to find myself pushing it back up into place, because if it slides down enough, you have a little trouble hitting the menu down here. But other than that, on the other side, it has the space for where the camera goes. It's got the holes down here for the speakers. Does it line up perfectly? Maybe, maybe not. But you know, it's made by Acer. It's an Acer case. It's okay. You can do it this way, upright, or you can flip it this way. I think this way you get a little bit of play on this top part, but otherwise, you know, it can be okay as well there. You know, you got your keyboard and all that. So this case is okay, but I'd probably consider looking at, you know, other cases for it, because it's not, like I said, I don't really like it that much. So that's the case for the Acer, made by Acer. And then here's the Motorola Xoom case. I like this because it's more of a thicker, kind of hardcore case. It's probably like a faux leather, but it's, you know, a little bit bendable, but it's kind of sturdy. And on this side it has clips that clip it into place, so you can slide this on here and then just push this down and it holds in place. So that cover latches right here and it's holds in place great. Now if you want to use this, you can put it this way and just kind of hold it. It doesn't feel awkward in the hand, like with the front cover flop back. It doesn't bother me at all. One thing that I think was kind of a miss on Motorola's part when they made this is that at the bottom here you have all your charging ports and all your access ports, but when you close the cover there's no way to access them. Whereas at least you can say with the Acer, with the cover closed, they have the all the ports over here, and you know, your charging ports up top, so you can actually charge this with the case closed. You can just, you know, put it down and charge it. Whereas with the Motorola, the only way to charge it is to open it up, flip it back, and charge it. I also have the charging dock for this, and if you're going to charge it on the dock, you have to take it out of here. There's no way this whole thing is going to fit on the dock, but I just thought I'd mention that. So if you want to sit this upright, you have to actually pull part of this out of the back, which is okay. You can see, it's a good snug fit there. So you have 3 different positions, which I kind of like. So I'm going to put that up against the Acer so you can see the comparison between the two. So here's the Acer. You have this position only, which is, like I said, you can tell here that it's more backward than this piece, this one here. So then I have the option to bring this down a little bit. I don't really have that option here. So it looks like here, these two roughly on the same angle when I put this on the second one. And then I have the option to go the third, which is almost down completely here. Whereas here I have, I guess, this position, which is clearly much more of an angle. I guess you can't really get that same angle on here if that's what you wanted, but the zoom, I definitely would say, I don't know how often I use it this way, so I think it's more the matter of that you have one position this way and another position this way, whereas on the Iconia tab you have really just kind of this way. Yeah, so upwards you have only one position, whereas for the zoom you have 2 upward positions, which is nice, a little more of an option. And then down is more or less flat on this, but so I guess if you like the slightly more angled, slightly more up, this is the way to go. But yeah, so those are the cases. Like I said, I like that this folds completely over. Covers it up very nicely, keeps it pretty secure. I don't like that there's no way to charge it unless the cover's open. So it's just a quick review of the cases.